Welcome to Lindork Does Life. Today we're checking out the Imagine Van Gogh exhibit. My name is Linda Huang and I'm a Canadian blogger and now video blogger sharing about my life. Tune in each week as I do something. I'll try things you might want to try, visit places you might want to visit, and eat food you might want to eat. I hope you join me as I do life. Here's everything you need to know before you go to the Imagine Van Gogh exhibit. This is an immersive exhibit that takes you on a journey through the renowned artist's life and work. The exhibit tours around the world and is actually put on by different groups, so depending on where you live, the experience might look and feel a little bit different. For instance, here in Edmonton, Alberta, we were able to walk around freely or choose to sit down to take in the artwork. In some cities, it might be mandatory to sit down. Starry nights. I visited this exhibit as part of a hosted media invitation. Video projectors illuminate multiple giant screens and the floor, which fully immerses you in Van Gogh's work, set to haunting classical music. It takes around 45 minutes to cycle through the more than 200 artworks in this exhibit, so if you're like me, who wants to take Instagrammable photos in front of Van Gogh's art, you might end up staying close to 3 hours to capture the best moments with specific pieces. Beautiful. Each piece doesn't stay on the screen for too long, so it is a bit of a scramble if you're there for photo purposes. If you're just there to enjoy the art, then no stress. I would recommend booking an early or late time slot to try to get the room as much to yourself as possible for those once-in-a-lifetime photos. There's also an educational, interpretive room before you get to the main part of the exhibit. You can read about him if you want. Van Gogh died in 1890, and his artwork didn't become popular until after his death. Honestly, seeing some of his work in this immersive way was breathtaking. It's definitely worth the price of admission. I do think this exhibit is wonderful for all ages. We saw families, couples, individuals, young and old. Everyone will take a bit of something different out of this. If you're there because you want to dive into Van Gogh's history and his work, this is the exhibit for you. If you want to just see beautiful art and capture photos of it, this is the exhibit for you. Before I went, I also rewatched that beautiful, tear-jerking Van Gogh episode in Doctor Who, which I think I can share here.
To me, Van Gogh is the finest painter of them all. Certainly the most popular great painter of all time. He transformed the pain of his tormented life into ecstatic beauty.
I also made an Instagram reel from my first visit, which I'll include here too, and link in the description. So that's pretty much everything you need to know before you go to the Imagine Van Gogh experience. If Imagine Van Gogh comes to your city, you should definitely go to it. And thanks for watching Lindork Does Life. See you next time! Wave.